other. And saying it hadn't ended well was an understatement.
Marion, have you heard a word I said?
Yeah, no.
We're hosting a banquet at our place this weekend, at the end of which I'll be announcing that I'm running for...
Okay. I'm grinding for haste because I need to do more around faster. The gun, my first ever godly and my first. Oh. Bro. Okay, second try.
Describe the creature.
Okay, you know that
I'm
part.
telling you, no face, nada. There was a black hole instead.
Maybe he was just wearing some mask.
The first part I tried.
You have an overactive
Something wrong with my voice?
Weren't you always
No.
writing some dumb horror novel?
I'm not making this up.
Someone from one of the mafia gangs I busted recently. Maybe he's been stalking you and followed you from the mansion when you ran away. We'll just have to amp up security.
You mean besides the 8 morons who follow me around all day already?
With all due respect, sir, I think we need a more qualified personal bodyguard. I can interview some candidates for you.
That would be wonderful, Jake.
Hey, no one's choosing a personal bodyguard for me without my approval.
Okay, Your Highness. I'll bring the candidates here and you can interview them.
Quick, it's about to start. Grab a glass, take a seat, and showtime. Naomi, now that's life to the fullest.
Them with me. If there's nothing else, I'll get going now.
Why don't you see Jake out, honey?
He's a detective. He'll find his way.
Marion...
All right. As I walked with Jake to the main door, I couldn't help giving him a side glance. He was cuter than I remembered, even though I wasn't a huge fan of the unshaven look, and I wish he'd tuck his shirt in.
Bro, such a camper.
Just say so. I'll let you do it without hurting your eyes so much.
As if. I was just wondering why you're aging so badly.
Can't say the same for you. You're definitely prettier now.
I could feel my face going red.
But your annoying personality totally ruins it.
What were you doing out there tonight anyway?
Your mother panic called me after they found out you'd run away. I knew you couldn't have gone too far on foot, so I was scouting the area. You still haven't thanked me, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad you're all right.
Suddenly, his hand was on my arm, and he was leaning in closer, and he was looking at my lips. I felt kind of lightheaded and...
Got it. You had a leaf in your hair. Wait, you didn't think I was gonna kiss you, did you?
Ew, barf, puke. Why would you even say that?
Because you're pouting.
It's the face I make when I'm disgusted, which I am with you so close to me.
Good, we're on the same page then. I gotta go. I'm late for a date.
Ugh, of course he had a date. It was just me who was gonna die loveless and alone.
Oh, wow. I've forgotten how good your chefs are.
There's ketchup on your shirt and mustard on your face. Can we just start the interviews? Nope, too old. His reaction time is probably slower than mine. Nope, too chatty. He'll chew my ear off all day. Did you see his long nose hair? Ew, Jake, ew. What kind of self-respecting bodyguard wears bright pink socks? His tie was crooked, and so were his teeth.
You're just finding stupid reasons to reject everyone. My team took 3 days to compile this list.
Look, this person has to spend every waking moment with me, and it has to be someone I'm comfortable with. Next, as the door opened and I looked up, my jaw dropped to the floor. The guy who'd walked in was tall, dark, handsome, and then some. He had skin like marble, cheekbones you could grate cheese on, and intense blue eyes that pierced my soul. He was immaculately dressed, and you could tell through his clothes that he was ripped.
Your name is Magnus, right? Your references seem, excellent. Yes, very good.
He's hired.
What? The interview isn't over. It's not even started.
Excellent references, right? That's all I need to know. You're hired, Magnet.
His name is Magnus.
I know. I'm not stupid. So you can start tomorrow, yes?
I certainly can, Miss Marion.
Oh my to our home.
After I've run a background check and consulted with Miss Marion's parents, Magnus will be in touch.
As Magnus nodded and turned to leave, Jake suddenly grabbed an apple from the table and shot it straight at him. Seconds before it was about to hit the back of his head, Magnus turned around and caught it with one hand. What was that?
Just checking his reflexes. Not bad.
Magnus smirked and tossed the apple to Jake before leaving, and I sat down in a daze.
You are unbelievable.
What? You were dying for me to hire one of your candidates, and I just did.
The only reason you hired him is because he's devastatingly handsome.
I always had a feeling you were gay and hiding it.
Marion, I don't have a good feeling about this guy. Something's off.
Yes, his good looks are off the charts. If you're having a problem, just do your background check, dude.
Oh, I'll definitely be doing that.
Have fun. By the way, your fly's been open the whole time.
What? No, it's not.
But I made you look. Jake's background check didn't reveal anything suspicious, so my parents were happy to have Magnus on board and had him settled into a room close to mine the next day. And I was ecstatic. I just had to work on acting cool around him and not make my giant crush super obvious. And when I walked into college with Magnus by my side, I could see how everyone was flipping out. Even my philosophy teacher was so distracted by his presence, she dropped water on her desk, sat on her glasses, and tripped over a wire.
Girl, you're so lucky your life is in danger. I'm so jealous right now.
I know. You're gonna make a move on him, right?
No, that is so inappropriate. The thought of overstepping boundaries with an employee would never even cross my mind. How do I look in this red dress?
It's not my job to have an opinion about your clothes, Miss Marion.
Okay, then. Oh gosh, the zip seems to be stuck. I'm not kidding. It's really not moving. How about a damsel in distress? As Magnus came closer and I felt his hand on my back, my heart started racing.
I'll call a store employee.
Why don't you order something too?
I don't eat or drink on the job.
But you're on the job all the time. By the way, does it bother your girlfriend that your work involves taking care of a pretty girl?
I don't have a girlfriend.
Oh, thank God. I mean, I'm glad because I have a knack for setting up people. No one specific in mind for you right now, but I could look into it. So, what kind of girls do you like?
The non-existent kind. The car's here, ma'am. Let's go.
Hi. I was just wondering if you'd do me a huge favor. See,
That is so awesome. Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
working on this horror novel for a few years now, and I'd love to get your opinion. I think it's great, actually. Okay, I don't want to oversell it, but I really like the first 10 chapters. No, wait, 5. The first 5 chapters are good. Okay, fine. The first 3 pages. All right. I love the title, and maybe the rest of it is all bad. It's years of work, and I'm terrified it's not good, and I just need someone to read it and tell me. So, did you start reading my book?
Yes, I actually finished it last night.
Wow, that was fast. What did you think of it?
It's not my job to have an opinion about anything except your safety, Miss Marion.
Oh, this beautiful demigod was made of stone, and he couldn't be less interested in me. Later that night, I was sleeping deeply when I woke up to the smell of smoke. I ran towards my door, but I opened it to find huge flames sweeping across the hall. I screamed for help, but no one was around. I had no choice left but to jump out of my window. The flames were roaring in. I had to jump now.
Marion, no! Wake up!
My eyes flew open, and I found myself on the window ledge, with Magnus pulling me back in. Magnus, there was a fire! Just now, it was everywhere!
Hey, slow down. You were having a nightmare. You're fine.
Oh my God!
I got you.
Magnus held me close, and I felt my heartbeat slowly coming back to normal.
It wasn't mentioned in your file that you're a sleepwalker and a potential danger to yourself.
I sometimes sleepwalked as a kid, but I haven't in years.
I
How
may
did you
have
even
enough
know?
for a
I
haze.
heard you cry out for
No,
help.
for shit,
Across the
but
hall? In your room?
I'm
Yeah,
taking
you
out
can be
for
quite
haze
loud for
instead.
such a tiny person.
I could
Well,
run faster.
I'm pretty sure my door was locked.
I just kicked it open.
Wow, guess you're a good guy to have around for emergencies.
That's why you hired me, right? I'm just really glad I got here in time.
Magnus gently stroked my cheek and looked deep into my eyes, and I felt like I was drowning in
Well,
his.
I
My heart
got...
was beating hard as I leaned in, but he suddenly drew away.
I got
You
them.
should try to get some sleep
Wait
now.
a minute.
Good night, Miss Marion.
And then he just left. As I went to the door to close it, I noticed
I got
the metal
6 hours.
doorknob was completely crushed. What kind of superhuman strength had Magnus used to open my door? I thought I'd question him in the morning, but I woke up to find the doorknob completely fine. Jeez, maybe Jake was right and my overactive imagination was playing tricks on my mind. But I was sure I wasn't imagining that something between me and Magnus had changed. He was as serious as ever, but every now and then I caught him looking at me quite intensely. And a few nights later, when my parents were hosting their annual Christmas party, I stepped out of my room, and the way his gaze lingered on me for a few extra seconds made my toes tingle. How do I look, Magnus? Oh, wait, sorry, I forgot. It's not your job to have an opinion. Never mind.
You look stunning. Let's go. Your parents are waiting.
I was still feeling giddy over the compliment when I went downstairs and spotted Jake among the guests in the most hideous reindeer sweater. Are you trying to embarrass your parents, man? I know your mom's too cool to make you that ugly thing. So I guess your girlfriend gave it to you?
No, I found a kidnapped 6-year-old this week, and her mom gave it to me as a thank you present.
Oh, wow! Congratulations! And it's sweet that you're wearing it. I guess not all heroes wear capes and underwear over their clothes, huh?
No, some of us just wear itchy sweaters. You look amazing, by the way.
Okay, I'm waiting for an insult to follow.
I seem to be out of them right now. Care to dance?
As Jake pulled me close by the waist, my tummy did a funny little flip.
So, how are things going with Matthew?
It's Magnus, and yeah, he's great. Very professional. You know, last night I was sleepwalking and nearly jumped out of my window.
What?
But Magnus was by my side instantly. He's really good at his job.
Magnus was in your room? You know you shouldn't trust him completely. He's a stranger.
He was there to save me, and I'm supposed to trust my bodyguard with my life, no?
Yeah, but he's still very new. And there's something about this guy that makes me uneasy. I'm still looking into his background.
Jake, are you jealous of him?
What, me? Jealous of him? Why would I be jealous?
Maybe because he's devastatingly handsome, and he's your ex-girlfriend's bodyguard.
I'm very secure about the way I look, and this isn't about me.
I googled you today just to see what pops up.
Did you not know who I was before?
No.
Y'all, Kendrick dropped again. He dropped again. Didn't I say we're witnessing greatness right now?
This record is fire. My God.
Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club.
Country music's year of being the hit genre has officially reached a fever pitch.
We are at Tiny Desk, which is kind of blowing my mind right now.
I don't know about nobody else, but I'm starting to like country music.
Can I get a large Dr. Pepper with pickles?
Crazy. This is so good.
It's undeniable. Mudang is a star.
Mudang.
I'm your favorite hippo's favorite hippo.
I'm very secure about the way I look, and this isn't about me being hung up on us. We were terrible together, remember?
Yeah, the worst. We argued all the time.
Over the stupidest things. Do you remember we once had a fight because you kept insisting Batman's car is called Batman Mobile?
It is called Batman Mobile.
No, it's just Batmobile.
I'd love to be wrong about this.
Congratulations, you are! See this?
Okay, fine. You're right about one lame thing.
Can I have that in writing?
We both laughed. It wasn't all bad, right? I mean, when we were together.
No, I can recall some pretty good moments.
Jake pulled me in even closer, and our faces were inches apart. When suddenly, the music stopped, and he abruptly pulled away. Oh my god, was any guy gonna kiss me? And why was I attracted to both Jake and Magnus? And why were they both giving me such mixed signals? And it only got more confusing from there. Jake started making excuses to show up all the time. At home, even at college, and I could sense Magnus wasn't really loving it.
Hey, so I was just at the farmer's market, and I saw this sweet old lady selling peaches, and I hate peaches, but I remembered you love them, so I got them for you.
Suddenly, Magnus leapt forward, grabbed the box from him, and threw it in the trash.
What the heck?
Do you know that Miss Marion is only allergic to one thing in the world, and that's peaches?
It's true.
Oh, I knew there was some connection between you and peaches. I just forgot what.
Maybe you should read her file properly.
Maybe you should just mind your business, dude.
This is literally my business, sir.
Guys, calm down. No one ate peaches, no one nearly died. It's all good.
I am calm. It's not like I was gonna fight Magnus over this.
Good, because you wouldn't be any match for me.
Are you kidding me right now? I'm a trained police detective.
So you sit at your desk all day studying cases and eating donuts. It shows.
Oh, is that so? Well, then I challenge you to a match at my boxing club tonight.
If Miss Marion is willing to come, I'll be there.
What the heck was happening? Okay, this was too entertaining not to find out. I'm in.
My brother has only 100 coins. He's gonna be so mad. I think how much coins I got.
Ow, ow, ow.
Why did you challenge Magnus to a fight, dummy?
Because he gets under my skin.
Well, it was stupid, cause he's ripped, and you're not as ripped, but you still look good.
What's his workout routine anyway?
I don't know. I've never seen him work out. Maybe he's just naturally blessed.
Maybe you should just leave.
I really had no idea when Magnus did anything. But late one night, as I was writing at my desk, I looked out the window to see Magnus walking across the backyard, and I decided to follow him. I found him in a school football field, lifting a massive boulder for weight training like it was nothing. What on freaking earth? And then he started running laps around the field at a speed that made my head spin. He was going so fast, he was becoming a blur. He let out a gasp, and suddenly he stopped. He looked here and there for a few seconds, and then quickly left. My heart was pounding as my thoughts raced. I ran back home to confront him, and when I knocked on his door, he opened it sleepily.
Is everything okay, Miss Marion?
No, everything is not okay. Don't even act like you were sleeping right now. I saw you.
What are you talking about?
I saw you on the football field, lifting a giant rock and running at supersonic speed.
Have you been sleepwalking again? This is very dangerous.
Don't change the subject. It was you, Magnus, and I want to know who you really are. Are you even human?
Are you giving me a compliment or interrogating me? Look, I've been asleep for hours, and I don't know what you saw, but it wasn't me. It's your overactive imagination.
I hate it when people say that. I know what I saw, and I think you have superpowers.
Well, I'll admit, I do.
Our traditions are rooted in history. Kung Fu.
Sheriff, you got the easiest person to shoot.
The tree grows strong.
You knew Mr. Miyagi?
I did not come looking for Sensei Miyagi. I came looking for you. In life, you have only one question. Is it worth fighting for it? Or not? Lee means to me what you meant to Sensei Miyagi.
I'm doing this wrong. Whatever. Two branches. One tree.
I know what I saw, and I think you have superpowers.
Well, I'll admit, I do have one superpower. I can read minds.
Suddenly, Magnus was leaning in really close. Can you?
Yeah, you're thinking that I look exceptionally good right now, and you know it's inappropriate, but you're wondering what it would be like if I kissed you.
You've never been more wrong about anything in your life.
Okay, so which one is it then? Do I have superpowers or not?
I guess not. I walked off to my room, feeling like I was losing my mind. It was definitely Magnus I'd seen in the field. A theory was forming in my head, and I needed to find out more to confirm it. I had midterm exams the following week, so I mostly kept to my room, avoided Magnus as much as possible, and didn't entertain Jake either. But on the weekend, there was a big college party at a dance club, and I was determined to go.
Your father isn't too enthusiastic about this. He's been cracking down on more criminal gangs lately, and he'd like you to stay out of the public eye as much as possible.
Well, can't you tell him that I'm going because I deserve some fun? And you'll protect me. That's why I have you around, right? The dance club was completely buzzing, and I was having a great time when suddenly someone pulled me away from my partner. It was Jake. What are you doing here?
Why haven't you been answering my calls?
I told you, I was busy studying.
Sure, looks like it. Look, I need to talk to you about Magnus.
Ugh, what now? Something is giving you an uneasy feeling in your stomach again?
Well, yeah.
Then either you have a crush on him, or you're eating expired food. Either way, I've lost interest in this little game you're playing.
What game?
Jake, you haven't contacted me in 4 years, and I know you don't really like me, so the only explanation for you turning up all the time now is that you've got some silly ego competition going on with Magnus.
It's not like that.
Okay, so if Magnus is out of the picture, you'll still come around? Maybe ask me out?
Maybe. I might. But I really have something more important to talk about right now.
No, I just want to have fun. I was walking off when Jake grabbed my hand and then pulled me into a kiss that left me breathless.
Do I have your attention now?
But
I'm
then,
just gonna tell you
Magnus was
guys,
by my
I'm
side,
not
pushing
related to
Jake away.
Vanellope.
What do you think you're doing?
It's clear that you're forcing yourself on Miss Marion, and I want you to leave.
Wait, no. I felt a hand
Like their
slam
time.
over my mouth, and some hooded man was dragging me away through a back entrance, and no one was even looking at me in the chaos. I tried to kick and scream, but the man's grip was too strong as he led me out into a dark alley. I felt panic rising in my chest when suddenly Magnus appeared and attacked the kidnapper. The man pushed Magnus off with a great force, sending him flying into a wall as he ran away. Magnus!
Fine. Are you okay?
No, Magnus is not fine. He's about to
I
die.
just got really scared.
I'm so sorry, Marion. Hey, you're bleeding.
Just then, I noticed my leg was grazed and some blood was trickling down. Magnus drew a sharp breath and his face looked paler than usual. What is it?
Nothing. Sometimes blood makes me a bit sick.
It's not what's on the tree that matters. It's who's around it.
I'm calling the car. We need to get you home.
Where's Jake?
Punched him into a coma, hopefully.
Magnus?
He's fine.
I want to know exactly what happened tonight. How is it that a police detective and a bodyguard I pay a lot of money to were both there at the nightclub and my daughter nearly got kidnapped?
Jake is interfering with my job, and his actions tonight put Miss Marion in great danger.
You need to fire him, sir. I've been meeting with the people who previously hired him, and what they said about him is very suspicious.
Which is what?
They all said the same thing about how great he is at his job, but it sounded fake, like they'd been hypnotized or something.
We were all looking at Jake like he was crazy.
And that's not all. A few days ago, I saw a tattoo on his wrist, which I traced back to a dangerous criminal group that escaped prison a few years ago. Show us your left wrist, Magnus.
Magnus looked at Jake silently and pulled up both sleeves, and neither had any tattoo.
What? No, I saw it. I'm certain of it.
Jake, I don't know what's going on with you, but you need to stay away from Marion. I won't have your wild theories put my daughter's life in danger. Let the bodyguard do his job.
But I'm doing my job too. And I know I'm right.
I don't remember hiring you for one. I'm getting a restraining order against you, Jake. Stay away.
Jake gave me a long look, then left angrily. Later that night, I just couldn't sleep and went up to the rooftop, only to find Magnus behind me minutes later.
Sorry, I feel extra paranoid after what happened tonight.
You know something, Magnus? Jake is wrong about many things, but he's right about one. You've been lying about who you really are, and I know who you are.
Do you?
Later that night, night, I just couldn't sleep and went up to the rooftop, only to find Magnus behind me minutes later.
Sorry, I feel extra paranoid after what happened tonight.
You know something, Magnus? Jake is wrong about many things, but he's right about one. You've been lying about who you really are, and I know who you are.
Do you?
Yes, you're a vampire. Magnus looked at me for a few seconds, then started laughing. Don't mock me. I know you have superhuman strength. You crushed my metal doorknob, which I'm guessing you replaced before I woke up. I saw you lifting a boulder like it was a cat and running at supersonic speeds. You have a heightened sense of hearing. That's why you heard me talking in my sleep. And that ring you wear, it's an amethyst, and it protects you from the sun, right? Also, I noticed your face when you saw my blood. I don't think blood makes you sick. There's another term for it. It's called bloodlust. Magnus's face was as expressionless as a rock.
You're wrong.
Suddenly, I felt furious, and I stepped onto the ledge.
What do you think you're doing?
Vampires can fly too, right? According to all my research, they can. So I'm gonna jump off the roof, and if you're a vampire, you'll save me. And if you're not...
Are you insane? Get off the ledge.
Admit that you're a vampire.
I'm not a vampire.
Stop lying to me.
Just get off and we'll talk, okay? I promise.
I was about to
I
climb
don't
down
promise.
when suddenly my foot slipped, and I fell off the roof. The scream had barely left my throat when I felt Magnus scoop me up in his arms and fly up to the sky. Oh my god, we're freaking flying!
Marion, are you out of your mind? What if I wasn't a vampire?
I wasn't actually gonna jump. That was an accident. But thank God you're a vampire, and I can't believe I'm flying. Woohoo! We flew over the city lights and ended up on top of a tall building,
And I want
looking
to
down at the amazing view.
3,800.
Are you gonna tell me the truth now? Why would a vampire need a job as a bodyguard? Aren't you guys supposed to be loaded? What are you actually doing here? And who tried kidnapping me tonight? If someone could send you flying like that, it wasn't human.
You're pretty smart, aren't
You may
you?
say,
I didn't think so after reading that.
Then where's my new avatar?
So
No.
you hated it. Okay.
And
We'll
why do
talk
I
about
have
that
default
later.
life? No.
Since you've done your
Look.
research, I'm sure you
Where's the
know that
outfit thing? Where's the whole entire food thing?
Hard to
Gotta walk
believe you can get this and all of this in just 2 minutes. Or that it arrives at your door fresh and full of flavor. You know what they say, tasting is believing. Factor, all your meals made easy.
Vampires are almost extinct by now. Humans over the centuries have tried everything to eliminate us, but the most successful campaign against us has been to poison every water body on this earth with silver. It does nothing to humans, but once it's in the bloodstream of vampires, it slowly kills them like cancer. There are only a few hundred of us left now, and we'll all die.
How long have you been alive?
About 3 centuries.
Whoa, and now, how much time do you have left?
Maybe another 50, 60 years. To be honest, I'm okay with that. People wish they could live forever, but when you live that long, you witness a lot of terrible things, and I've seen enough. However, most vampires don't share my view. Some of them are very sick, so they'll die soon. That's kind of where you come in.
Me? What do I have to do with this?
Do you have any idea why your hair turned white and your eyes changed color?
No, I just know I was 5 and I was vacationing in the Swiss Alps.
Apparently, when you were there, you ate a very rare magical flower, the kind that blooms once in centuries.
Oh, I did like eating flowers as a kid.
That flower caused your eyes and hair to change, and it gave you another power. It makes your blood pure from silver, and that makes it a cure for the disease killing vampires.
How do you know all this?
Many years ago, a vampire with very strong powers said she'd seen a girl in a dream whose blood was made pure by that flower. She described her with the unique features that you have, so you can imagine that vampires have been looking for such a girl for a while. And then a few weeks ago, I saw you on the news with your father. I wanted to get closer to find out if you're the one, so I've been keeping an eye on you. The creature you met when you ran from home, that was me.
I knew it wasn't human. So, should I be afraid of you? Are you after my blood?
No, I told you I don't want a longer life. But I did fake my references and signed up to be your bodyguard to get closer to you. Find out if you really are the one, and then protect you from the other vampires who will inevitably find you. I think one of them just did.
And you're sure it's me?
I wasn't, till I smelt your blood tonight. It definitely is you.
Okay. This is a lot to process. You know, I can donate a little blood if it'll save you guys.
A little won't do. They'll take enough to kill you.
His words sent a shiver down my spine. So, what do I do now? I'll never be safe. I'll be hunted all my life.
The only thing I can think of right now is to get you to a safe place. And then I have to somehow convince the other vampires that you're not the one.
Why are you protecting me? Why do you even care?
Because you don't deserve to die so we can live longer. Also, I've developed something like affection for you.
I was actually focusing.
Fond of you.
300 years on this
Just
planet,
my-
and you
I'm talking
haven't
about
learned
Everton
better
over
words to
montage.
tell a girl you like her?
How about I tell you another way instead?
And then Magnus pulled me in for a long
I hope I
kiss.
get shit again. Yes, this is one of my favorite maps. But I made my brother first join. We never knew what everything was about. Then we just started camping instead.
We
We
didn't want to send
spam
my parents
jumped.
into panic mode, so I
team.
acted like I was really shaken up by the recent kidnapping attempt and needed to get away from the city for a while. Magnus said he could take me to a safe house, and my
But
parents
now,
agreed. I'm surprised my paranoid
they're very
parents
good.
trust you so much.
I may have used my
After
hypnotic
playing
convincing
with it,
powers on them.
I am both fascinated and terrified by you.
I would never
Ooh,
hurt
shit,
you.
never
Just
mind. I
trust
should
me.
have saved someone.
Magnus drove for hours deep into the countryside, and the safe house we arrived at was a giant-sized mansion, more luxurious than any place I'd ever seen. He settled me into a huge suite and then placed a locket around my neck.
I have to go right now, but my servants here are completely trustworthy and will look after you. If you need me, just press on the locket and I'll be here in a heartbeat. Will you be all right?
Yeah, of course. Magnus kissed me gently and left, but I just couldn't sleep that night. I couldn't get rid of a nagging feeling in my heart. I looked over at my phone, wanting to call Jake, but I had no signal. Finally, I jumped out of bed and left my room to explore the mansion. I just reached the main hall and was looking at a painting when suddenly, loud alarms started blaring all over the place. I stood, frozen in panic, and started pressing the locket like crazy. And within seconds, Magnus was by my side.
There's a security breach. We need to leave. Now!
Just
I'm gonna record until 3 hours.
How's this for a claim to fame? I was an early investor in PragerU. It's not an investment that's made me money. PragerU is a non-profit. But I'll tell anyone who will listen, it's the best investment I've ever made, by far. Because it's done more good for more people than any investment I've ever made,
Ooh,
by far. It's why I've increased my donation every year.
That's what
It's why I
sharing, bro.
urge you
So easy
to join
to
me in
shoot these
supporting this
people.
special organization. There's no other enterprise like it that I know in the nonprofit world. And I know something about that world. I sat on
Oh, wait.
boards of colleges, community organizations,
I
and
should have known.
hospitals. Nonprofits tend to be run well like nonprofits. They plod forward, slowly, rarely if ever taking risks. PragerU is run like the
Shut up, man. I just
There's a
stupid
security
ad.
breach. We need to leave. Now!
Just then, the main door flew open and a man walked in. He was tall and pale like Magnus, but his cheekbones were sunken in, and he had a manic look in his dark eyes.
What's the holdup, brother? You were supposed to bring the girl to us weeks ago.
Excuse me?
Leonard, was it you who tried to kidnap her yesterday?
Yes, because I don't know what's been taking you so long. We need the girl now.
I needed to be sure if she's the one, and she is.